Gruesome accident at Disneyland killed. Disaster Diaries. Welcome back to Disaster Diaries, the channel where we delve into the heart-wrenching stories of tragic incidents that shook the world. Today, we embark on a journey into the archives of one of the most beloved amusement parks on Earth, Disneyland. In this episode, we recount a devastating roller coaster accident that sent shockwaves through the park and left a lasting impact on its visitors. Excitement hung thick in the air as families and thrill-seekers gathered at Disneyland's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It was a sunny day, promising adventure and laughter. As the line snaked its way through the park, anticipation grew throughout the queue. Everyone yearned for the thrill that awaited them on the legendary roller coaster. At precisely 11:20 a.m., the moment arrived. Passengers eagerly boarded the train cars, their hearts pounding with a mixture of excitement and nervous energy. The locomotive let out a resounding whistle, and the ride sprang to life. The red engine led the charge, chugging forward with determination. The open-top passenger cars trailed behind, carrying passengers through a meticulously crafted faux desert landscape. A sense of wild abandon filled the air as the train climbed higher and higher, ready to conquer the twists and turns that lay ahead. With a sudden burst of speed, the train charged into a dark tunnel, the clickety-clack of the tracks blending with the delighted screams of riders. But within the tunnel's depths, disaster lurked, unseen and unexpected. In a horrifying instant, the train's cars disconnected from the locomotive, breaking free as if possessed by a malevolent force. Chaos erupted within the confined space of the tunnel. The once unified train now lay in disarray, careening down separate paths. Panic seized the hearts of those aboard. Their thrill turned into sheer terror. As the locomotive careened off the tracks, the unthinkable became a reality. Passengers found themselves trapped, their voices blending with the eerie silence of the tunnel. Time seemed to stretch infinitely as minutes ticked by like agonizing hours. The devastating incident that unfolded on that ill-fated day at Disneyland's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad left the park and its visitors reeling with shock and grief. Among the victims was Marcelo Torres, a vibrant young man from Gardenia, whose life was tragically cut short in the chaos that ensued. Emergency workers faced an arduous task as they painstakingly worked to extricate Marcelo from the mangled front passenger car. It was a race against time, but despite their valiant efforts, their battle against fate ended in sorrow. Marcelo's untimely death marked a profound loss that would forever haunt the memories of his loved ones and the park itself. In addition to the devastating loss of Marcelo, 10 other riders ranging in age from 9 to 47 suffered varying degrees of injuries. Paramedics swiftly assessed the wounded, their expertise and compassion providing solace amid the turmoil. These brave individuals, facing moderate to minor injuries, were rushed to nearby hospitals, their lives hanging in the balance. News of the tragedy reverberated far beyond the confines of the park. Cynthia Harris, president of the Disneyland Resort, expressed profound shock and sorrow, extending heartfelt condolences to Marcelo's grieving family and all those affected by the incident. The weight of the tragedy also reached the highest echelons of the Walt Disney Company, with Chief Executive Officer Michael Eisner personally attending a press conference to convey his deepest sympathies to the victims' families. As the investigations into the incident were launched, the park and its officials were gripped by a sense of urgency to determine the cause of this catastrophic event. Anaheim Police and the state's Division of Occupational Safety and Health took charge, meticulously sifting through evidence and eyewitness accounts in search of answers. Until the inquiries were completed, the ride was indefinitely closed, serving as a solemn reminder of the profound loss and the imperative need for accountability. Disneyland Resort now faced an uphill battle in restoring the public's faith and assuring them of the park's commitment to safety. The tragedy had shaken the very foundation of the beloved theme park, leaving visitors and enthusiasts grappling with a mixture of disbelief and concern. The road to recovery would be long and arduous, but the resilience and determination of Disneyland Resort to learn from this tragedy and prevent future incidents would guide their path forward. From outside the tunnel, the scene unfolded in a bewildering blur. Startled park guests scrambled to safety as they witnessed the harrowing spectacle. Two young men, John and Lori Wims, were among the first to flee the area, their faces etched with disbelief and urgency.
"Someone is hurt bad! It's really serious! Get someone up here!"
they cried, their voices carrying the weight of the tragedy that had unfolded before their eyes. Their urgent pleas echoed through the park, sending shockwaves of alarm to those nearby. The magnitude of the situation became clear as the anguished cries for help pierced the air. Park employees, adorned in their distinctive coonskin caps, swiftly responded, shielding the area from further access and maintaining order amidst the chaos. The tunnel, once a passage to adventure, became a claustrophobic prison for those trapped within. It would take the combined efforts of Anaheim firefighters and paramedics to rescue the stranded riders, but time seemed to stretch agonizingly slow. An hour of agonizing uncertainty passed before the first rays of hope pierced the darkness. The victims were finally freed from their claustrophobic confines. Frontierland, the once vibrant section of the park, stood sealed off, transformed into a solemn reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded. The echoes of cries and the scent of fear lingered in the air, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of all who witnessed the catastrophe. As the park slowly regained its composure, the news of a young life lost and the injuries suffered by others reverberated through Disneyland Resort. The magic and joy that permeated the park had been replaced by sorrow and questions that demanded answers. The haunting echoes of the tragic incident at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad reverberated throughout Disneyland Resort, reminding everyone of the fragility of life and the imperative need for stringent safety measures. As Marcelo Torres' family mourned his untimely passing and the injured survivors embarked on their path to recovery, the park found itself grappling with a profound sense of responsibility and a desire to prevent such a tragedy from ever occurring again. This unfortunate incident marked the 10th death since Disneyland's inception in 1955, casting a somber light on the park's otherwise illustrious history. Now, in the wake of this recent tragedy, the spotlight turned once again to the park's safety practices and regulations. Anxious to restore faith in the park's commitment to guest safety, with investigations underway, the Anaheim Police and the state's Division of Occupational Safety and Health shouldered the responsibility of unraveling the events leading up to the accident. Their meticulous analysis sought to identify any potential flaws in the ride's infrastructure or operational procedures. In 1998, after a separate incident at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad that resulted in a young boy's injury, the state had implemented legislation mandating amusement parks to report accidents to the Department of Occupational Safety and Health. The intention was to enforce safety changes and prevent future incidents. However, whether these regulations had successfully translated into improved safety practices remained uncertain. The tragic events of the day stirred debate among experts and park enthusiasts. Some questioned whether the stringent requirements imposed on Disneyland had truly made the park a safer place. Others believed that these measures were vital in preventing further accidents and ensuring the well-being of park guests. As the park awaited the findings of the investigations, the focus shifted towards rebuilding trust and reinforcing safety protocols. Disneyland Resort recognized that the path to redemption required a comprehensive reevaluation of its operational practices and a renewed dedication to guest safety. Disneyland's legacy as a place of enchantment and joy now stood intertwined with the imperative to safeguard those who sought its magical embrace. The tragic incident left an indelible mark, a poignant reminder that the pursuit of thrills must always be accompanied by a resolute commitment to ensuring the safety and security of each and every guest. That's all for this video. We'll see you next time, and subscribe to our channel to explore the most devastating disasters in history.